Hello and welcome to Looking Glass Letterbox. This is the 2020 general overview for Taurus. Very exciting. We're moving out of 2019, moving out of this past decade and expanding into 2020 and a whole new 10-year cycle. It's very exciting. Again, this is a general overview, so it may not connect for everyone out there, but hopefully there's something that's interesting or helpful or beneficial to you in some way to consider as you move throughout 2020. And what else? Yeah, I think that's it. I think we'll just get started. Okay, so we will begin here for you, Taurus. And for your notes from the universe on love and connection, you've gotten Hubba Hubba. Nice. You know that dreamy look of deep, soulful love you've sometimes seen in the eyes of another as they gazed into your own? Expect a lot more of it. Woo-hoo, the universe. All right, so some y'all Taurus out there are going to be getting some lovey-dovey attention and dreamy looks directed your way. Nothing wrong with that. It's a great way to move into a new year and a new decade. Fantastic. And then we have your Enchanted map oracle, and you have gotten the magical map shifter. Fantastic. All right, so there are going to be some persons of significance coming into your sphere of experience that are going to be significant to you, agents of change. The magical map shifter, the quote that goes with this card is, "Spirit orchestrates everyone's destiny." So when this card shows up, it arrives with a mission. It's to make you aware of the people who come into your life to impact your personal growth. So the people you come into contact throughout this next year are going to be significant to you, specifically, for Taurus specifically. So that's lovely. So you may meet a soulmate. You may come into connection with a kindred spirit. You may just come into contact with someone who encourages or inspires within you to be the best version of yourself that you can be, or someone who leads you out of a difficult place and into a place of safety or assists you in achieving success. So you want to, with this card, it's asking you to pay attention to individuals who cross your path and cause you to reflect on your journey or where you're at in your development. This card encourages you to be awake and aware so that you can recognize them for how important they really are to you. So your whole perspective about who you are and why you're here may shift over the course of the next year. So this particular card always initiates you into evolving into the next version of yourself, the next higher version of yourself. So that's important. So a lot of attention, a lot of admiration, a lot of dreamy looks coming your way, and a lot of connections of people that are going to inspire you or encourage you or support you in developing into the next evolution of yourself within your experience. And that's going to be significant, I think. Those sort of indications aren't just significant for a year, that's sort of setting you up for the whole next 10-year cycle of experience that you have the potential to engage with. So that's lovely. All right, we're going to begin this top line with the overview, and this is the central theme of 2020 for Taurus, and that is the Three of Swords. All right, so the Three of Swords indicates that there has been some heartbreak that has been sustained, possibly over the course of this past year. I know for many of us, particularly the last half of 2019 has been very difficult and changeable, and it's been a little rough getting through it. So if you're identifying with that, you may have had some heartbreak that you've sustained over the past year, or maybe the past 10 years, or maybe something that happened long ago that you've been carrying with you for a significant part of your life. But the Three of Swords indicates to me, as a central theme, that it's the recovery from that heartbreak. You're going to be releasing that grief, releasing that loss, and setting your focus forward and recovering it's not going to pin you down or hold you back any further, especially under the influence of these two cards here. New people are going to be coming into your life that are going to expand your vision and expand your experience, and sort of help you to recognize the potential for growth that you actually have access to moving in throughout the year. That's going to help the recovery from this heartbreak or from this loss that you've been having difficulty moving on from, if that connects for you. All right, so, and it also may be a sort of inner resistance. The Three of Swords, it could be, you know, thoughts or stories or understandings, perspectives of yourself that you hold that are sort of self-limiting or self-defeating. So if you've been having difficulty with any sort of self-defeating thought or inner resistance, that, you know, you have aspirations and you have ambitions that you would like to embark upon, but you reach a point where, for whatever reason, you can't find within yourself the motivation to move beyond that point and into that success and into that growth. So if that's something that you've been struggling with as well this year, with this Three of Swords as your central theme, is about recovering from those things, changing your perspective, unpinning yourself so that you can be released and free to move in to that future and heal and recover and rejuvenate for further abundance and further manifestation. So this is the what's passing out of influence from the past year. Excuse me. And that is the Seven of Coins. Okay, so the Seven of Coins indicates that you have been working on something. You've been, you know, following through, making decisions, taking the actions, investing yourself in order to create abundance, in order to create a return on your investment, and you're either still patiently awaiting the final fruition of that investment, or whatever you've invested in, it didn't produce as much as you thought that it would. You didn't get as great of a return on it as you thought you would. So you're at a point of sort of just what's passing out of influence is that you're not going to have to be patient. Your wait is almost over. We're moving into a time of expansion and growth. So whatever it is that you've been investing in, it's going to be rejuvenated, or it's going to come to a point of completion so that this can be finished and then you can move on. It's at the point of 7, which means that there is momentum built up behind this that is going to advance you further on into the future. But recently, especially in the past year, you've been in the position of having to wait on the return for that investment. So that is what's passing out of influence for some of you. And then this is what is coming into influence. And that is the Chariot, the 7. So that potential, you're going to, with this recovery, you know, and with these people that are going to come in and influence you and support you, possibly mentor you, partner with you, or inspire you, someone is going to be a catalyst for change that is going to, something within you is going to shift, that is going to allow you to take that point of command, the point of command that the Chariot holds, in order to take any opposing forces, to align those in the direction that you would like them to go, and allow that momentum that's built up behind you to release and propel you forward, probably rather quickly, especially since you've been sort of in a state of waiting, in a state of grace, in a state of suspension, waiting for this payout to come to a point of completion. At some point throughout 2020, that potential energy is going to be released, and it's going to propel you forward into advancement and development and abundance. So this is what is crowning you. So this is sort of the aspiration of 2020 for the year, and that is the sun. All right, abundance, joy, everything is illuminated, youth, energy, enthusiasm. So again, this explosion, expansive energy that's really going to help with the recovery from whatever was holding you back and is going to release you from the state of needing to be patient and still. And you're going to be in motion. You're going to be moving forward. You're going to be expanding outward. You're going to be moving up, and that's going to have a big part with these cards. A big part of that is going to be people that you come into contact with that are going to help to support you and influence the release of this potential energy. Fantastic. And then this is your what's supporting you, what's grounding you throughout the year. And that is Temperance. Beautiful. Temperance is the alchemy of the change. So it's that space between what was and what will be. It's that space where the change occurs. All right. So it's where that restricted, encapsulated energy, it's at the point at which it explodes, and everything that it touches, it infuses it with that energy and with that potential, so that it can benefit from the exchange as well. So it's that space where the change occurs. So there's going to be a lot happening for Taurus in 2020. A lot of things changing, a lot of doors opening, a lot of opportunities approaching, a lot of unexpected growth, surprising growth. It's probably whatever it is, if you've been investing in something and waiting on a return in something, or recovering from something, and it feels like it's taking forever to get beyond the point at which you are now. Moving into 2020, that is going to change and expand greatly throughout the year, and it's going to be directly involved with the connections that you make with people throughout the year. All right, now we are moving into the second line of the reading, and this is the influences. These are the elemental influences for 2020. So to consider in the air space, the air influences, so your mind, your thoughts, your perspective, your story. What to consider for 2020 is the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands in the air space indicates considering what burdens are you carrying with you, what responsibilities are you carrying with you, what ambitions do you have that you're acting upon, what sort of state of overwhelm are you in. And it's about sort of thinking about all of the things that you've been carrying with you that you feel responsible for, that you have to do, sorting through those things and prioritizing them, releasing the things that are not your responsibility, delegating the things that can be delegated to other people, prioritizing your ambitions and your responsibilities in a way that will allow you to be more efficient and actionable as you move throughout the year, sort of really getting organized and unburdening yourself from the unnecessary, and embracing the potential of what is possible to move into. And with new people coming into influence in your life, you're going to have help in doing that. So wrapping your head around that and really looking into where you can adjust, what you can release, what you can delegate, what you can embrace, and what holds priority. Intellectually getting a clear vision of what that's going to look like for you for the year is going to be very helpful for you. And then this is the water influence to consider for the year. So that's your emotions and your relationships, the water influences, and that is the Nine of Coins. All right, so the Nine of Coins in an emotional space, the water influence, that is being very grounded and stable emotionally, very confident, very independent, very autonomous in what you are actually manifesting in your life that is emotionally fulfilling for you, as well as material fulfilling for you, and taking the time to appreciate the return on your investment. See, the 7, for whoever this is connecting with or whoever wants to embrace this sort of outlook as you move into the new year, the 7 is going to develop into the 9. So whatever it is that you've been waiting on, that you've been steadfastly and tenaciously sort of invested in nurturing and fostering into further growth, it's going to expand and improve and grow throughout the year as that's what this is indicating here, into this Nine of Pentacles where you're going to arrive. So this is about taking the time to acknowledge and value your efforts and your place and your influence within that, you know, and be confident and independent and appreciative of everything that you are capable of. And then that is going to support you into even further growth as you move throughout the decade as well, sort of being actualized. Very bold, very nice, especially at being that grounded in the emotional sector. That's going to serve you very well moving forward into the future. This is the fire influence to consider for the year. So our actions, our activities, very purpose-driven, what we desire, what we feel down in our bones we're called to do, that provides us with fulfillment. So what to consider in the realm of fire influences is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, time and circumstance. So paying attention to the opportunity and the potential that time and circumstance is going to bring around to you. Remembering to say no to what you don't want. Saying no to dipping back into any grief or heartache from the past that you are have the potential to recover from, and really embrace this confidence moving into the future. So saying no to when the indication to be able to sort of sink back into that loss or that grief or that restrictive frame of mind and heart, saying no to that and saying yes to embracing this autonomy and this confidence, and saying yes to the things that are going to allow you to move forward, saying yes to the people and the connections that support you and make you feel good and make you feel inspired, and really open up and expand your vision of what you think is possible to achieve or possible to experience, or sort of welcome more life into your life for you to experience with and exchange with. But with the Wheel of Fortune, it's very important to remember, say no to what you don't want, say yes to what you do want, and that's going to influence what keeps coming around. Because what you say yes to is what you'll get more of. What you say no to is what will stop being a temptation to be offered to you. So be attentive to those sorts of things in your fire zone, in your activity zone, into the things that you're actually out and about and doing. That's going to make a huge difference in how you experience the next year. Again, it's the alchemy of the change. It's about saying no to what you don't want, saying yes to what you do want, and allowing that change to occur in the space between. Lovely. And then this is your world, the earth zone, material realm, what you're actually manifesting in the 3D world. So what to consider for the earth influences for 2020 is the world. So completion, arriving, evolving, saying goodbye and releasing what no longer is, what no longer applies, acknowledging your achievements, acknowledging your successes, acknowledging the defeats or the challenges, taking with you the lessons learned, but leaving behind those things that keep you restricted or keep you disconnected. And then when you're looking forward, embracing the potential and embracing the opportunity for new relationships and new connection and new experience to literally change your world and the way that you're living in it. Big year, big, expansive, remarkable shifts are available for Tauruses who want to sort of embrace this outlook as they consider what they're going to do and what they're going to focus on and what they're going to try to tap into as the year moves forward through 2020 and into the next decade. Very exciting. A lot of potential for significant change here. For any of you who are connecting with a desire to do that, there's a lot of potential showing up here that is available to you. So fantastic. Beautiful Taurus, that is all that I have for you guys for this one. I will see you in the January readings. Have a fantastic holiday season and a wonderful new year. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.